Okay, so for this question, we have 10 are less than 5. We have 11 are between 5 and 13. So, and then we have 12 are greater than 13. And we're asked to find the medians. That's the middle number, which would be at the 11 fishes because there's 10 here and you subtract 10 here, that gets 2. So you subtract 2 and subtract 2 from here, that's 9. So the middle number would be in this range between 5 and 13. So we just have to find the answer choice that's between 5 and 13. So 4.5 is not. 8 is between this range. 13.5 is not. And 15 is not. So the correct answer is B. Okay, question 15. Okay, so we're question 15. We're given a triangle ABC. It's an isosceles triangle, and the measure of angle A is 50, which we're following is not a possible measure of angle B, where, well, in this case, it gives us that there's a triangle ABC, so there's only three possible combinations. So we have one triangle that's like this, this. All these are isosceles, meaning these two side lengths are the same. And one is that A, B, C, one is A, B, C, and one is A, B, C. So these are the three combinations that are possible for this triangle. So we're given A is 50. So all these are 50. What is not a possible measure of angle B? Well, in this case, B would be 50 because these two angles would have to be the same. So let me just list out the things B could be 50. B could be, in this case, um, the total side lengths of a triangle add up to 180. So if we do 180 minus 50, we get 130. And then we take 130 and divide by 2, and we get 65. So B can be 65 if it's this scenario. And if it's this scenario, B can be um, well, both of these side lengths A and C are the same, so that's 50 times 2, which is 100, and then 180 minus 100 is 80. So B could be 80 here. So these are all the side lengths B could be, depending on which configuration is correct. So in this case, which we're following is not a possible measure of angle B, well, that would be answer choice D. It can't possibly be 100. Okay, question 16. Okay, so for question 16, um, let's find the equation of the circle given the center and the radius. So in this case, we can just use the standard circular formula, which is just x minus x1 squared plus y minus y1 squared equals r squared. So in this case, we're given the radius is 5, so 5 squared would be 25. So it's either between A and B. And then we have -8, so x minus -8 would be x plus 8. And then y minus 6 is just y minus 6. So the correct answer is B. Okay. Question 17. Okay, so for question 17, which following is a probability that it's between that a random selected adult who is 18 to 35, prefers to live in a cool climate. Well, that would just be 168 out of the total from 18 to 35 is 508. So 168 out of 508 is 0.33%. So answer is C. Okay, question 18. Okay, so question 18. Which of the following is closest to the percentage of adults between 18 to 50 that responded warm? Or, yeah, 18 to 50. So that would be these two, 18 to 50, who responded warm over the total. And then which of the following is the ones for 51 and over? So these two over the total. So what we have to do is we have to do um, 295 plus 246 over the totals for the two, which is 508 plus 410. So that gets us the first percentage, and then the second percentage would just be 238 plus 137 over 403 plus 279. So we can calculate those. So the bottom one is going to be 0.5498, and then the top one is going to be 0.5893. So now to find the percentage difference, we just take the larger number and subtract the smaller number from it. So 0.5, I guess we can round this to 0.59 minus 0.5, and then this would become a 5. So 0.59 minus 0.55 is 0.04, which is 4%. Okay, question 19. Okay, so for this question, which are flowing speeds is equivalent to 90 kilometers an hour, we just have to take 90 km multiplied by the conversion ratio, which is times 1000. That's us 90,000. Then we have to divide this value by 60 to get into minutes. So 90,000 divided by 60 gives us 1500 meters per minute. And then if we want to find meters per second, then we just have to take this 1500 and divide that by 60 again, which gives us 25 meters per second. So the correct answer is A, 25 meters per second. Okay, question 20. Okay, so for question 20, which of the following best estimates the amount by which the line underestimates the value of y when x is 50? So x equals 50. So right here, what is the difference between the line and this point essentially? And because the first thing we need to find out is the scale. So we can see that this is 10, so that means that each unit is 5. If 2 units is 10, 1 unit is 5. So in this case, this would be 5. This would be 10. Or I guess each one of these units is 5. So this is 5. This is 10. This is 15. And then this would be 20 going past the bar. So the correct answer would have to be between 15 to 20. which is in this range. So the correct answer here would be D, 18, because it's between 15 to 20. Okay, question 21. Okay, so for question 21, we're told that a certain elephant starts at initial of 200 and then gains between 2 and 3 pounds. What is the weight after 365 days? Well, in this case, we just take 365 multiplied by 2 and 365 multiplied by 2, add it to initial, so plus 200 plus 200. So the second one should be a 3. So 365 times 3 is 1,295. Sorry, 1,095 plus 200 is 1,295. And then for the top one, 365 times 2 should be 730, I think. And then plus 200 would be 930. So the range would be between 930 and 1,295, which is inch choice D. Okay, question 22. Okay, so for question 22, we have an equation 3n plus 2 minus 5 equals n plus 2. So we can subtract n plus 2 from both sides, and we can add 5 to both sides. That gets us 3n minus 2 minus n minus 2 is just 2 m plus 2. And then we add 5 to both sides, so equals positive 5. Okay, and then now we just divide both sides by 2 and we get m plus 2 equals 5 over 2. So in this case, the value of m plus 2 is 2.5. So the correct answer is B. Okay, question 23. Okay, so for question 23, we know that it completes one orbit every 310 years. So that means when t equals 310, um, the function has to equal 1. So in this case, 310 plus 310, no, 310 times 310, oh, 310 over 310 is 1, and then 310 over 310 is 1. And then so it's either C or D, and in this case, for D, if, or let's just say that in 620 years, it should complete two orbits in this case. So 310 over 620, that's only half. So the correct answer is C. 620 over 310 is 2, so it does complete two orbits. So the correct answer is C. Okay, question 24. Okay, so for question 24, we have two functions, and we're asked to find 3x plus 3y. In this case, they actually gave us pretty easy numbers for what we have to find, at least. If we had to actually calculate x and y, that would be a little more difficult. But in this case, we're given 7x plus 5y equals 4, and we're given 4x minus 8y equals 9. So in this case, we can just subtract the bottom equation from the top equation. We get 7x minus 4x is equal to 3x. And we have positive 5y minus negative 8y, which is positive 3y. And we have positive 4 minus 9, which is negative 5. So the correct answer in this case is negative 5. So yeah, that's all we had to do for this question. But if we had to actually solve for x and y, it would be a lot more difficult because these values are not easy to work with. Okay, question 25. Okay, so for question 25. Given mean of the data set is equal to the median, if this wasn't said, the answer choice would be difficult because it really depends. But in this case, the mean and median are the same, so that's pretty important. New data set is created by adding 7 to each number, and 7 to each number that is greater than the median, and subtracting 7 that is from each number that is less than the median, which are following does not have the same value. Well, the median wouldn't change because, well, the median wouldn't change because the value that is in the center would still be the value that is in the center. The mean wouldn't change because it's the same as the median. And so if you add 7 to all the values that are greater and subtract 7 to all the values that are less than, it wouldn't change. The sum of the numbers also wouldn't change. If the sum of the numbers would change, then the mean would change because you still have the same number of numbers. You still have 27 total numbers. So if the sum of the numbers change, then the mean would change, and you can't have both B and C be correct. So they both have to be wrong. So in that case, that leaves the standard deviation, which would change because your range has increased. Your range, the lowest value of your range has gone down by 7, and the highest value has gone up by 7, so your range has increased by 14. So the correct answer is D. You can calculate standard deviation from the range. All right, and then question 26. And finally, for question 26, we have f of 2 and f of 8. So for the slope, it would just be um, 8 minus 2 is 6, and then 19 minus 17 is 2, so 2 is 6, so that's 1/3. And then to find f of 0, to find the intercept, it would just be, you just have to go left 2, so 17 minus 2/3, which 17 is just 51 over 3 minus 2/3, which is 49 over 3. So correct answer C. And it's time now, so